Hey boys, good morning. There you go, top manager. I changed the title. Dwarf Lullaby followed by Diablo 4 Thunderstorms. For sleep. During the day, when I have to sleep, I put the rain and thunderstorms. And it's all I can hear. But my brain ignores this and makes me sleep very, very well. And I don't hear anything else. Have very good sleep. Don't get to wake up every 2 hours. And nothing really wakes me up. Because, sleeping brain ignores common sounds that doesn't, the thing that aren't gonna cause any danger to you. So, if all of a sudden somebody starts hitting their hammer or drilling 2 floors above you, you're gonna wake up. My schedule is upside down. Streamed like 17 hours yesterday. I want to go back to like early hours, but I have to also consider that in 2 days on Friday there is a midnight pre-release of the Tales from Middle-earth, the new Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings set. Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings set, that sounds weird when you say it like that. It's Beyond Universes, new Beyond the Universes set in Magic the Gathering, this one in Lord of the Rings universe. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So, I'm gonna play this most of the night, and then I'm gonna switch to sheep/zombie mode Diablo 4. It's grinding there mostly, and people just farming shekels, so that's part of the stream. I can be in the zombie mode. Pratik, I think Pratik did well, guys. Pratik did what a lot of people failed. Request a game to pass the time and keep me busy.
So be it.
I love this. The worst feeling in the world is when you feel like there is nothing exciting going on, there is nothing keeping you busy, and you get that feeling of boredom, on the getting closer to depression. I have no reason to get up in the morning out of bed, and you end up 10 to 14 hours in the bed. I wish Total War would have that feeling to keep me busy. Warhammer 3 haven't had that feeling for most of its life so far. Maybe the initial 15% of it. Hey, Marconos. So Marconos, if this campaign goes very, very long, I want to make an army that you build. And this army will fight most of the battles. Have any wishes what kind of army you want it to be? Once we can afford it. My gift to you. If we keep going on this campaign. Hey, okay. I was asleep. I woke up an hour ago. Went outside to get a kebab, protein drink, kebab, and a coffee. Got some monsters ready for all day of streaming. All night and all day, in that order. You know, it's a weird day when you wake up 9:20 p.m. You remember that you have to get out of bed because the store is closing in 40 minutes. And then I rush to the store, buy protein drink, 3 monsters. And then I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy a coffee in the McDonald's. And then when I'm going my way back home, I will get breakfast as well. So I had a protein drink with chocolate banana and a chicken kebab for breakfast. Which was literally just late dinner, I guess. Lord Runesmith, Master Engineer, Tain, 4 Iron Breakers, 2 Hammers, 2 Thunderers, 2 Gyros, 2 Flank Cannons, 2 Monsters. This seems like a standard army. You don't want anything special. That's basically a standard army, Marconos. Instead of, it's missing just the Giant Slayers. Okay, I'll write this down. I'll run this down. If this campaign goes long enough, we'll create this army. Okay. We can call Lord Marconos. When you have a guy, the second one with the same name is Marconos Jr., but then you get the third guy, what is Marconos the third? I don't know how that goes. Sometimes I see these weird names.
Master of runecraft.
Okay, we repel those two Chaos Dwarf armies.
If you say so, beardling.
We're gonna get rid of the emergency here, though. We're gonna keep the Iron Rigs.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Got up to Marconos 9.
Onwards.
It's turn 129. We are at 59 regions. This region is this turn is still in progress. We'll check this next turn.
To die in
This army is bothering Ungrim. The mutant red ogres have good attack animations in the crowd.
The slayer in me seeks death. I must fulfill my slayer oath. The throng is mustered.
Gonna make a stand against that army.
Aye, I'll move. Yes. Own your skills.
Oh my god.
Joey.
Have you seen that shit?
Elite.
Shit. What the hell?
At this point we should have had unlocked all the followers. This might be the longest campaign ever, yeah? Unless somebody just ends it in the middle of the night when Marconos is sleeping. That has happened before. This is a good fighter Tain, it just doesn't have the skills. Hey Cludis.
I am the Slayer King.
They might just ignore Ungrim now.
What?
They might just ignore him.
One rag.
Dig Duck said he will.
I'll cast the runes.
Dig Duck will snipe the end of this campaign while everybody's sleeping.
Yes, let's move.
That sounds like a toxic move. He would do.
A runesmith's duty is never done. Rune of swift stride.
Treasury is not looking
Ready
good.
to do the guild's bidding. Guild's secrets will be.
Blocked him, huh? Used to be a thing in the early Total War, when you block an army they won't be able to retreat. Or reinforce. But this is not a thing in Warhammer 3, I think.
Someday.
Maybe it is. I have to confirm that, but this is a good point for it. I remember clearly this. I think this system is better. The only reason, the only area where the system is flawed is heroes not be able to increase movement range above 100, and heroes not having higher base movement than the armies. Heroes should have another campaign skill here that grants them campaign movement, kept at higher ranks, and each being like 10%. They should have access to traits that increase movement and followers too. Other than that, this system is, I think, good for the war.
Lord of Clan Morgrim, casting the runes. I'm off.
I think they're gonna hit this place now because Shield Wizard is away. Maybe that was not the best move to do that. But this is the area is gonna be a constant war zone. We're having wars in every single area. We're trying to catch a break where we can get more in one area, so we can get more military in another area. There's way too many enemies.
Take the realms. You have my allegiance. Ready?
Well, we have destroyed a lot of Karaz armies, a lot.
I'd wither first.
If you don't know what a Karaz army is, it's an army that has the self-sufficient buff. Which means it's a free army that just gives this faction a massive advantage. Until these armies are all destroyed, this faction will get the aggressive edge. But once they lose all these armies, they're back to whatever they have from cities, infrastructure, treasury. They do have some buffs on top of this, but free armies is what gives them steam. Once they run out of these free armies, they cannot compete with a late game empire. Especially if they haven't expanded, like for example, Clan Pestilence. So for example, Clan Pestilence is a very successful crisis because they're on the other world. For example, Clan Scryer and Clan Molder are just dwindling in a very bad spot. Well, for example, Talsin has failed, Hammery has failed, Clan Rictus has failed. They're almost destroyed. The closer to the player, the less successful they will be. Especially because they don't stack armies properly. The self-sufficient buff is attached to the army. So whenever that army is destroyed, that buff is gone.
The High King acts. The axe thirsts for war. What?
Okay, let's continue wiping this stuff here. These guys are getting a little bit closer. I'm a little bit nervous about this. Maybe I should have kept one emergency unit. The Garrison might not be strong enough to destroy this, but it might have enough to wipe most of them.
Stop that!
This is a regular army, huh?
By the King's command. Punish the grudge makers! Send me to vengeance!
We're fighting just literally on every edge of our empire, except the area with Chaos Dwarves. That's where we had a lot of downtime. We had the area was at war as well. This would have been way harder. Instead, we're getting money from the Chaos Dwarves and buffer area. Those two factions actually did a lot for us, because they were also fighting two Crisis factions. think tonight I'm gonna try the rest of the skills on the Barbarian in Diablo 4. Been stuck with that bleed. I tried half the skills, but I have to try those other basic skills. I totally keep forgetting. Get carried away with the grind. I wanna get a sense of the weapon swapping. And what the hell is the purpose of it?
For the ancestors. For the Karaz-a-Karak.
This territory is really good here, but only we're crazy outnumbered. Yeah, Markonos is single-handedly added like 200 turns to this, 200 regions to this campaign. If it wasn't for Markonos, this campaign would have probably been over. He irritated one guy on my Steam friend list because of this. I don't know why people get irritated for these long campaigns. I think I'm terribly bored playing very long campaigns, but I guess he doesn't really know me that well, as it's a dwarves. There are literally people out there who get triggered when people make campaigns very long. There's my favorite people are the one that get super triggered because of the Ultimate Crisis. I'm not sure what is going on, but maybe I don't know really what's there about the Ultimate Crisis. But I understand that not every campaign should have Ultimate Crisis. It's nonsense. Some people are very opinionated, include this. You know, from time to time I quote these messages on Discord. I feel like most of these people don't even watch Twitch, they just watch on YouTube. If you search Discord history, you can find these comments. But Markonos was definitely making friends with his sabotage and making campaigns weird because of this over the years. I've learned in my 7 years of streaming, over 7 years of streaming, that there are people out there who think the Discord, the Reddit, Twitch especially, even YouTube, it's the absolute bottom of society, where they cannot be part of the community or the chat, but they still watch the videos. And they never ever interact with the community, but they always try to interact with the content creator. And some people know what I'm talking about, but for some people this is like so bizarre. So they want content, they want to keep watching, but they think the communities are absolute worst toxic wastelands, the detritus of humanity, where they don't want to have any part of it, but they still want to keep watching the content and interact with the content creator. Or like they're the only person in the world. Kind of reminds me how I get triggered when I see people in Diablo 4 game, but you know, I can get away, I can get past that, but thinking like the content is created directly for you and nobody else, that you are gonna be trying to undermine anything that you don't like and complain about anything you don't like just because you have other preferences and biases. That's not how it works. Like, we might play 5 campaigns and a random person in the chat will just don't care about it, so they don't have to watch it. And then the next campaign, you know, he might love it, and you know, like, this is the reason why he's watching it. But he might be just watching at the wrong time every time and just seeing all the wrong stuff instead of the stuff he watch, because he might be that other person like Scotty that does not watch VODs. So unless we are streaming and playing on his time, while he's available, while we are live streaming, so he wants to see it live, he might never see the content he wants because he's another person, you know, or like this, that just watches live content and not recorded stuff. So there's a lot of people out there that you have all different preferences. I still see it from time to time on various platforms. You know, like those people that call streamers. Streamers are just freeloaders who play video games all day and beg people for money. It's like that's all they do. They join their streams and people are just literally just begging in the chat people to give them subs and shit like that. So what am I saying? That you can't please everybody. People will dislike your content, people will hate you, but they'll still be here. And you just gotta ignore this. People are interacting with me through chat, and I have no obligation to read the chat. Of course, it's recommended that the viewer interacts, this broadcast interacts with the viewers in the chat, but it's not a rule. I can completely ignore like Tiny, never respond to him again in my life. But this doesn't mean he's not gonna be coming here or stop trying, you know, to ask me about the weather. He's gonna probably annoy me to some point where I have to respond to him at some point in the future again.
Iron breakers for the ancestors.
Just because you're watching somebody or supporting somebody, that doesn't mean they owe you anything. Well, it's still preferred to interaction to be, you know, healthy and active. This is not really required. Look at the big streams that have literally thousands of viewers doing all kinds of things. It is impossible to streamer to even remember 1% of those people. Because his active viewer base is probably 10 times that per day. So even if you done something for that streamer or you are active there, he might know you ever exist unless he sees your name in the chat and he remembers you for something. It's impossible to remember over 50 or so people at the same time. So you gotta be done something really special for that person to remember you in the crowd. This comes with when you're dealing with lots of people, you know, it's like it's impossible it's just physically, mentally impossible to remember that many people at the same time. I literally, myself, I'm not even dealing with that many people a day. I forget about some people even existing unless they put a message in the chat. Until they put a message in the chat again. That's just the human mind. And this brings me to that another type of person who just, you know, messages me after 6 years of not watching the stream. If I remember him, you know, he watched me for like 2 days playing that game, and like, what? Man, if we had sex for 2 days straight, I probably would not remember him. I probably would have remembered, but yeah. But nothing special happened there those days 6 years ago. Like, what the hell? How am I supposed to remember some random viewer from 6 years ago that watched the stream for like 2 days?
Ready to serve. For the ancestor gods.
Well, Tom Manager, in real life I'm not really a people person, I'm just, you know, keep to myself.
For the Karaz-a-Karak.
I need all the energy to deal with you, guys.
Thunderers. Iron dreads. Down. Yes.
Especially when you're having bad sleep, binge drinking for 3 weeks, it doesn't really work in real life.
By the ears of Zufbar. For the ancestors. Move now. Very well.
I actually like talking about things, Oki. I think stream is a very good outlet for other people just to talk nonsense, because nobody else would listen to them otherwise. So it might be very healthy, because people might not be otherwise mentally healthy without it. From time to time, I think it's very good for the mental health as well. Until the bad things arrive eventually.
Yes, Thane! This will be fire! Yes, laddie! Oh,
How the hell did the cannon shoot him at the side? I think the Twitch is very good if you create a good community around, or you know, come on, man, come on. If you if you get a community around it and people get to know each other and make fun, interact, fool around, and like over the years with the gacha memes, the red names, green names, and then we do you know, all around that. Or some people don't really understand it. Well, you know, when we're back in the day, played Warhammer 1 or any streamers that people are still learning about Twitch, people would come to the chat and they would say, can you stop talking and play the game, please? Thanks. And then what streamers would do, streamers would just drop everything, press pause, and they just talk for like 30 minutes. That was like a common thing like 6, 7, 8 years ago. I would have seen it from time to time, even in my channel. This thing stopped over the time, but some people still like that there's less talk and more just gameplay. Because people are here to ask the streamer if the game is worth it. And they just want, you know, streamer to talk about the game and nothing else, because they don't care about anything else. Play game, streamer. Recommend me the game. Make me buy it. I don't care about anything else. Because, you know, if a streamer says this game is worth it, streamer is overly excited, hyped, even if it's fake, it promotes what they're doing and it might make people buy stuff. Because that's the role of the people that are streaming, to influence others into buying shit they don't need, or they might just play for a couple of hours. Or that's what the industry wants them to be. YouTube has live streams. Can't see their own iron drakes. It's like, for example, I'm playing a game, people don't really watch, stream loses 70% of viewers, and then somebody might mention on stream, but you know, they might, because you know they know what's going on, and eventually somebody messages me like, Ellich, why are you playing this Diablo 4 game nobody watches, or maybe Battle Barriers Earlier Time or Darkest Dungeon? Why not playing Total War? You know, because if I'm live on stream, I'm supposed to just do the thing they want, or a thing that just gonna give the biggest success. But I don't think about it if I would be online in the first place, streaming, if I wasn't playing that. And that brings me to mind if I should even do these things on stream or play them off stream. But you know, it is what it is. There used to be these people in the chat as well, not just send messages around the stream. I don't know, some of these people they mean well, but they don't really understand the thing. I do understand that streaming anything on Total War is not good for the stream. Like money-wise, growth-wise, it's the worst. But they don't understand that if I'm not streaming Total War 12 hours a day, there is no growth. And I can't stream Total War 12 hours a day. It's not that good of a game in Warhammer 3, at least not at this time. And even if it was, streaming anything 12 hours a day, every day, it's that's extreme. That's sometimes how Twitch how it is on Twitch. You stream something for too long and they expect you to keep streaming that, doing nothing else. Hey Pradik, I was just talking about this earlier. I want to thank you for keeping me busy. even with things that should not keep me busy like Diablo 4. But yesterday I streamed for 17 hours and I got back into it. Didn't stay in the bed 3 extra hours, and I felt I was getting busy again after a while. I lost that feeling. It took Diablo 4, Blizzard, and product requesting it. Even it's a terrible game for streaming.
The axe thirsts for war. Time for a reckoning.
What about Stasis? Well, these games are just like once in a couple of months. You can play them 20 hours straight, 3 days in a row. Every day I was playing Stasis, you know, the doomsayer, depressed person in me knows it's gonna end, and I feel a little bit bad about it. This is why I stopped watching a lot of TV shows.
Oh my god.
I'm afraid to like
See that
it,
shit?
because I know it's gonna end.
What the hell?
And I still keep trying to watch shows. I can't do it anymore. Usually the really good stuffs are so temporary and just disappear from my life instantly. I'm afraid to like it because it's gonna be gone the next day. That's like the most fucked up thing that's been happening to me in the last couple of years. I don't think I've talked about it before, but that's how I feel about a lot of things these days. That's why I don't watch movies really anymore, cause they're just really short fun, and when it stops, I just back to my old self, feeling miserable half the time. And then I'm trying to watch shows cause they have more content, and then when I like one, I get that fear again, and it's gonna pass, and I'm gonna go back to my old self. This is a thing with everything these days. Games, TV shows, relationships, people, everything. Everything is like... I just feel like it's not worth bothering anymore. I've lost the spark. Nothing is very exciting anymore. I'm afraid to have fun. You guys know what I'm talking about? Is some sort of depression or something, or just like fucked up way of thinking about things? But you know, when I'm feeling like this, and when I connect it when I'm sleeping some days 11 to 14 hours, when I Google this shit, the closest I came is depression. And I know I should not be feeling depressed, but it looks like it is. It's not every day, but I feel like that most of the time. So when I get busy with something, what I call it, get busy with something, this passes, and then I'm great for at least a couple of days, if not a couple of weeks. And I'm getting to that point where I'm fearing it's gonna come back. I'm gonna lose it again. That's what's happening. I have plenty of vitamin D.
I'm done ready.
I don't think this has anything to do with nutrients. This is like a psychological thing that's developed over the years, I feel. I was a person that was depressed a lot, even before I started streaming. I mean, I wasn't realizing it at the time, but over the years it became clear.
By the king's command.
Like I said, I get to this point where I feel like I'm busy again, and it passes. But then later it ends and it comes back. And I notice it if I'm in bed more than 8 or 9 hours. And literally in the last 2 weeks I spent 40% of the time in bed. If not 45% of the time. And until yesterday, it was little like this every day. But then it got back. I feel like the alcohol triggers this more often as well.
One rug. Ready axes. We will have vengeance.
I tend to go to bed easy, and then I just, like, when I'm supposed to get out of bed, I just can't get out of bed. And then it comes 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours, just can't get out of bed. Sometimes until my back starts hurting, then I get out of bed.
Move now.
I've been actually thinking about this a lot while I was walking the last 2 days. And I was thinking about streaming Warhammer 2 and what was really good during those years. I feel like I'd feel always at best when we're playing Empire or Dwarves in Warhammer 2 or playing Bell Brothers. I felt like we were always busy. Until those save corruptions have struck half the Empire campaigns. And that felt really bad.
It is a reckoning.
And I stopped enjoying the Empire in Warhammer 2.
Pump those dwarven legs. Plow through. Strike out. It is an order. Obey me! Master the throne!
My mind wanders a lot if I'm not busy. I think that's the problem. Sometimes I go to bed and I think about things for like 3 to 4 hours before falling asleep. And the same thing before getting out of bed. While I'm listening to some stuff on YouTube like ASMR. When I'm busy with things, it's usually nearly 100% focused on that. Like self-obsessing about things, or obsessed by things that are not, that are, you know, I'm busy at the time. If we're gonna play Gladius, it's gonna depend on this campaign. But I'm playing some Gladius this year.
For the Karaz-a-Karak!
I don't know why this battle was in their favor. It makes no sense if it's not a broken balance of power. They literally have 0 damage. Would have taken 5% of our health when we had no regeneration. And it was still favoring them. Gotta be the crisis giving them buff to balance of power. Hey, Gal. I want to make a playthrough of Astra Militarum. We're playing a really massive map. Lots of factions. Slightly higher difficulty, or let the viewers interact with difficulty. by adding resources to the opponents. And we are not allowed to move 2 tiles from our cities as the rule of the game. So we'd have to create one massive city to actually conquer the defeat our enemies. That will be probably an extremely long grinder. So create a hive city trench warfare. What do you guys think about that? Sounds like quite a challenge or time investment, whatever you want to call it.
Summon me if you dare. On to glory for the ancestors. Send me to vengeance.
Orst still keeps sending armies here. We need we get another 10k income so we can get actually another army. We are doing well in every single area, but we are making little progress. It's because turns are taking so long. We're actually making tremendous progress per turn considering the amount of factions we are fighting. It's just super time consuming, which I don't really mind. Late game dwarf grinder is so rare, but you actually have to work for it. Wouldn't loyalty be a problem? There's no problem when you build the supermassive cities. There is a way also to increase the cost of units now, and the upkeeps at the same time, which we should play around as well. Astrometarum has access to really massive cities, so the only downside is which order you're gonna build things. If you're going to survive to reach that late game. Because in every population increase, you could have 2 loyalty buildings. You still have several slots for other things, while keeping positive loyalty. Heck, you could even build 3 loyalty buildings if the cities were massive enough. There is also a cap on negative malus, on the malus from loyalty. While there is no cap on the bonuses. We always attack this side here, so we actually see their behavior on this side. Let's see what kind of behavior we experience here. I like this side a lot. And I feel like this kind of reminds me of a certain Rome 2 battlefield, where we attack a city like this and then use the ladders to climb the wall here. This is honestly how an approach to a city should be. There should not be like a surround like this. The exit to the city for dwarves should be looking like this, where there are literally things to go around while you're literally getting shot from all sides, from various levels. This is looks like a very gamey esports-like environment. Dwarf battlefield should be extremely one-sided in the favor of the dwarves, where it's a suicide to even get close. But we can never have stuff like this because of the esports.
For the ancestors!
I get bored in EU4. I understand there's a lot of things to manage there, but I don't understand the point of all that management. Where's the fun part of the game? In-depth manager that is supposed to be fun in itself. I don't know. I find zero fun in that game. Rather play a civilization that has similar atmosphere and more fun things to do than just managing numbers on spreadsheets. I can't believe that we had Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3 and we haven't had a single real dwarf siege city. Everything just lays go past. I'm really sad about that. And all we wanted was just more variety in the sieges, and they just somehow made the sieges worse game after game.
The clans unite by the Lea's will.
You know, probably what I'm talking about, the layout is extremely, I want to say, modular. And it doesn't really make sense for the dwarves to be exposed on this many sides. They're looking into a way to conveniently create a layout so it can be used by numerous factions with minimal adjustments. Even if it makes no sense, like just putting towers on weird positions behind buildings or in front of buildings on some layouts. And none of these cities feel like dwarf-like. We are underground, and this only the only thing that feels like dwarf-like. Why would the dwarves create a city like this in a Warhammer universe? They're literally infested with the underground is infested with the Skaven, Night Goblins, and worse. And why would dwarves ever build a city like this? If dwarves gonna build something like this in an area like this shit is gonna be fortified to the maximum. It makes zero sense to create environments like this, other than just copying the lazy copy pasta environments. It really goes against what dwarves are and how they should be. We haven't gotten a single good dwarf layout. Everything is just lazy copy pasta. You don't see it here, guys, but you know what this element is? If you play the games for a lot, you will see literally every city as the same. This is literally one of the chaos elements just with buildings. 2 pets are just changed. And they put towers and barricades in different places so they confuse you. You know when they say back-to-back sieges are a thing of the past, they're just trying to confuse that thing is by just changing a couple of pads and a couple of barricade and tower positions. They haven't introduced a single good dwarf settlement in Warhammer 3, and we got a siege rework. That's very sad. And every single vault settlement really is the same layout. They're literally 2 different dwarf layouts in a game that you might do 100 sieges if you play a long game. Which makes the new battles long-term feel worse than the old ones. This might initially look better if you play a campaign 10 to 20 hours, you play 3 campaigns, they might fool you. But for anybody who played shit ton of Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2, this is worse. The AI is worse and the settlements are worse. We just wanted more variety and more faction flavor in the cities. And not this lazy copy pasta again, but every settlement is the same.
Rules of smiting upon them. For the Devil's Crown. Strike out.
I really fear that whatever they was said at one time, where they're aiming to get a good critic response in the first 50 hours, is little how they're gonna make games in the future. A lot of these lazy companies, they just wanna print product for resale value.
Fire on the foe!
But the AI doesn't really deploy well here.
Now are you ready?
At least sieging with dwarves feels like a siege, even if this is not a siege. This is a settlement bell.
Charge!
Well, the game has mechanics into the pit. If the settlement is impregnable, just surround it until they starve out. And dwarves could have siege holder time increased while it worked back in the games. You don't want to attack a dwarf city, siege it for 7 turns. That's perfectly valid strategy for the AI.
Moving out!
Risk reinforcement, harassment otherwise.
Plow through! Down! Iron drakes!
Storming the walls or attacking the city head-on, that's suicide.
Our fire undimmed!
And Total War makes it so goddamn common and like it was happening literally every turn. Sieges are long and tedious and hard work. And somebody gotta give eventually. Attackers or defenders. Will disease struck, lack of resources, interrupted supply lines. It's more important than who has more troops. Time.
Strike out!
Attacking the city usually is the last resort.
Iron breakers! Strike out!
And not every faction is supposed to have cities. Dwarf cities are supposed to be literally fortresses. And they're not made to be attacked. You don't fuck with the dwarves in their city.
Yes!
That's one big point of possible variety that got missed in these games.
The clans unite! Whoop those dwarven legs! Dive bomb!
Yeah, boom calls.
There is no greater authority!
There's a huge amount of variety that can be put to campaign gameplay if they only just stop streamlining these things and make these systems vary for the factions. But I fear they are just not gonna bother with this. They're gonna save this for historical Total Wars. Because if they put stuff like this in their Total War, what are they gonna do with historical Total Wars? Nobody's gonna play those games. So campaign depth is probably just saved for historical Total Wars because they have nothing else left there. That is a sad truth.
For the ancestors! Off we go! Gyrocopter! Go! Will do! Let the vengeance begin!
I don't say every city should be like that, but at least the capital they should have put a little bit more effort. Especially if a faction is supposed to be impregnable like the dwarves.
Take him down! Iron drakes! Strike out!
Some factions like the dwarves could have the smaller cities fortified like a version of the smaller capital, just because it fits their faction. But not every faction who should have impregnable fortresses for every city or even every capital. It would just fit for some factions. You know, Bloomcoals, for all I care, I could put 500 regions in this campaign. I really hope that number on the left says 500. So nobody can snipe this while Marconis is sleeping.
Put those dwarven legs! Scarf! Gyrocopter! Organ Gunner!
This is, I guess, where flame cannon is better.
Cannon! Throw!
Arc on this thing might not be enough there.
Moving! Gyrocopter! Obey me!
Probably more damage and more AP on our cost.
Lord of vengeance! Have at them! Hammerers! Vengeance! Go! Rain fast! Hey! Iron breakers! Get in close! Stop firing!
Shit, my monster gonna freeze. 1 second. We're here. Don't make me do it, Bloomcoals.
Reach fast!
I can do some fucked up shit in this game that we haven't done in a long time. Might take a long time, but shit can happen.
Move now! Strike out!
People might not see the light of day or the next campaign in 3 months.
Take to the air! Move now! Iron breakers!
It's beer now, it's Monster energy drink.
Shocks away! For the Karaz-a-Karak! Vengeance! Fly! Strike!
Unless people make us war with everybody, this campaign can still have really fucked up scenarios happen, given enough time.
Kazu! Pick your target well!
And we are not at war with everybody, so...
Iron breakers! The King falls!
Hello, is this Diablo 4 waiting room? Hey, Sheer Wizard. You know it.
It is an order! Yes! Nothing can stop us! Hammerers! Take to the
I'm not gonna play my sexy barbarian, my Bloomcoals is here. Poor guy would just fap all the time. You see those thighs? He's like the pillars of a building.
Charge! Strike out! Nothing can stop us! The clans unite! Iron breakers!
No rush it, Wizard. I'm gonna be streaming all night and all day. Keeping the Diablo 4 portable stream while everybody's sleeping.
Gyrocopter! Aye, I see command. Move! Understood, Lord! Charge! Get moving! Preparing body run!
There's a maintenance tonight. How long was the maintenance last, Sheer Wizard? Gyros have been always doing extra damage because they're up in the air. That's why they're doing so much damage to some targets, some units.
Kill Urks!
Between 2 AM to 4 AM, I guess then we play Diablo 4 after maintenance.
Move now!
So the maintenance is gonna be done in 5 hours.
Axis outlaws! War of vengeance! Hammerers!
Yeah, that technology for attack makes the hammer so much more deadlier.
Move now! Karaz-a-Karak! Karaz-a-Karak.
Every day is a vampire schedule and you're sleeping 14 hours, blown cools.
Wanderers. Gyrocopter. That'll do. I am your high king.
I just can't get out of bed in the morning. Just can't get out of bed. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Ordnance ready.
Maybe Diablo 4 fixes it. I slept 9 hours today
Dive bomb. Go.
for the first time in a week.
Gyrocopter. Iron breakers.
I'm actually been having fun in Diablo 4, Frodo.
Gyrocopter. The clans unite.
I was at the point like I'm just gonna click this, and rush the campaign mode, and I'm gonna uninstall the game. But now I want to try all the skills and see what happens up to level 50.
Strike out.
Pratik has done it again. Requests a game that I'm gonna be putting more than 50 hours. I mean, he got 130 hours of Elden Ring, and I'm still not done there.
Runes of spellbreaking.
And try other classes. I'm not sure about that, but that could be requested, top manager. Knows better than yourself. I used to think Shiryu was like that, pushing my buttons. Especially those emotes that come up out of nowhere after him missing for 5 days in the chat.
Runes are cast.
What's the difference between a Siege in Warhammer 3 and a Diablo 4 dungeon? In Diablo 4 dungeon, at least we can get some loot out of it. So maybe some legendary items, some gold. Don't you love Scorn when that happens? When you want the game to be bad and you hate it and you end up liking it? It's like, maybe we should be like this with every Total War game. Oh shit, they're not gonna surprise us. I haven't talked about the recent announcements, but people can be bothering me every day for a comment. I feel like a fucking celebrity or some shit. They're waiting to respond, waiting my response. But the date will arrive when we have to break the silence.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirst.
Oh, this is another self-sufficient army. They might just be sieges, so their corruption is so bad here. Look at this. How is corruption supposed to work in a game that have numbers like this? You see these guys? That is absolutely ridiculous. And then you have events that give +1 corruption, or a final campaign skill gives chaos corruption +1. It is ridiculous how stupid these systems look like some proper adjustment.
The High King acts. Got Ben?
We'll stay outside the city though, so we get replenishment, don't get besieged. Sometimes, if they don't have enough, they might besiege you, just to delay the turn, or what you might not know, the reinforcements are on the way in a couple turns.
What orders? A wise plan.
Sneaky fog of war, huh?
Marabut! Summon me if you dare. So long.
So what happens if this guy gets wounded? We might lose Armor of Destiny or Talisman Preservation. Yeah, remove items they can steal. If they can use the item, they can steal it. So by removing Armor of Destiny, Talisman Preservation, they won't be able to steal anything. They also can steal banners. This is a dwarf-only item, so they can't steal that. I'm still expecting this guy to attack alone, since that guy is solo as well.
Time for a reckoning. On to glory for the ancestors.
I can't tell a difference between Scorn and Haha anymore. They are the same person. Scorn wasn't posting those pictures in Marty's dungeon. I couldn't separate them.
My axe thirsts for war. Armed and ready. Vengeful Ridlord.
We actually clear all the Tomb King's arms on this side of the map, which is nice. They did overrun us for a moment because we had no real military here. You see, guys, I tend to forget about people because, you know, there's so many people around there for time, but I can't remember or forget Haha. Every time something bad is going on and where there is some dwarf and dwarf violence, I will remember Haha for the rest of my life. I literally spent 4 days in this campaign fighting Clan Angrun because Haha did it. You never forget that shit. Every time I was attacking Clan Angrun and doing one of those battles, I'm like, why couldn't Haha be in here a day later? He was watching, lurking, waiting for his moment to strike. He unloaded the wallet, but people would have unloaded the wallet for the second stage of the campaign anyways. But he did it in a way that he prolonged this campaign and denied us Legion Lords. It was pure evil, unethical as well. That tier would have happened no matter what in this campaign.
For Karaz-a-Karak. Aye up. What?
I never really understood that when they said that somebody lives in their head rent-free, but I'm starting to feel it with Haha. Not even Fuhir, Cervantes, or All Might had rent-free living in my head like the Haha did this campaign. Because dwarves versus dwarves, that's unethical. That's just messed up. And he made us grind Clan Angrund before the crisis, and then you had to grind them again during the crisis. You never forget this shit.
What the hell?
LMFAO.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
You know, it's one thing messing with the stream, Michael. Another thing is that streamer gets focused about this shit that much. For him, I don't think it was just about good fun or making this thing, I don't know, getting some value out of it. He knew exactly what he was doing and what he was getting there. I was like pushing my buttons. That's not this how it's supposed to be. Stream is supposed to just get money without getting the buttons pushed. We only have to grind this shit. But he got an extra value out of it. He probably knows this, but let me, if you guys don't get it, this is an extremely long campaign, and Ham made us murder the dwarves that we were about to confederate. So we are playing an extremely long dwarf campaign, and he denied us access to Belegar, 4 of his ghosts, and possibly Torek. That was supposed to happen in the next 10 turns. And now we have to play a ridiculously long campaign, knowing that we are not ever going to have Belegar or Torek in this campaign because he did that just before we got it. It feels like I spent 100 hours playing a game and I did one mistake and did not get achievement, and I'm gonna have to do it all over again for another 100 hours to do it again, and I say, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that. And every time you're continuing that game, you feel regret a little bit, and you have to find a person to blame. And in that case, you know, you blame yourself, but in this case, it's your fault, haha. No Belegar, no ghosts, no Torek. Every single day we play this campaign. He denied us this. I think it's still possible to get them, but it would require so much fucking work, and it might not even work. God damn, haha. This has been the worst sabotage this stream have seen ever. It was not even a sabotage campaign per se.
I'll cast the runes.
What did he do? He smelled it. He fucking smelled it. What was happening here, and then he just caused the war with everybody. He knew we were about to get Belegar and Torek in the next 10 turns, and he stabbed the dagger in my back. Instead of having these guys, we had to grind these guys alongside everybody.
Master of runecraft.
As long as this campaign is going, as long as the dwarf race exists and the world is spinning and sun is shining, Aha did the most unethical thing yet here on this stream by making us grind the dwarves twice in the same campaign. One before and one after the Ultimate Crisis.
My anger burns bright. Casting the runes.
Our main plan for this campaign is we just have destroy factions. Because they're everywhere. When everybody's dead, then we'll have peace. New World Order.
You have my allegiance. Into war. Onward. Test me at your peril.
Are they really getting to two enemy factions to get to us?
So be it.
Ultron really needs a siege attacker. Might as well get some value with it for the next turn Templehof. Get 2 Masons.
Summon me if you dare.
One organ is fine. I don't expect that armor to do any fighting unless it's absolutely critical.
I answer to clan and hold. By the forge for the king! For me!
That could work, Sir Mughal. The fact is, that is a huge time investment, and it might not work as the Ultimate Crisis. Imagine we do it and it doesn't work, how much time has been wasted in a campaign that's super time consuming. Because by the time we are doing that, we are fighting everybody at the same time, all the time.
Lord of Clan Morgan! The throng is mustered. One rank. Got there.
We need to destroy it. There's a couple of factions here that are almost dead. Oh, look at the Grisus actually doing. Grisus is actually doing some in this campaign.
Not sneaky enough.
What's that? Oh no.
Oh, they got him! Don't clip that, please, guys. This is. Oh my God! They got my engineer. No! No!
That was so fucked up, man. Played the rest of the campaign without the engineer. It felt so bad. And he got killed by a Wolf Rider Archer. A ghost. That's for the days where the auto-resolve was a minefield with no strategic value.
Yes.
Other than just rushing the things and saving time.
Master of Runecraft.
They were not immortal back then, Osmer. There was no immortality in Warhammer 2. Was no immortality in this card at the start. They added it later. My favorite thing is they add this new feature to the game, and they make Diablo Warhammer 2 characters immortal on rank 20. And this is what really got me. You guys wanted that feature for Warhammer 1 factions? It was literally like a reaction like that. It's almost like they got surprised this feature was wanted for other characters. So we were in a Mortal Empires. Warhammer 2 characters could be mortal, Warhammer 1 characters not. And they were surprised that they wanted the immortality feature for all the characters. And if the people didn't really, you know, spoke up about it, we might have never had it. Dark Alive, it's Chaos Dwarf Crisis. Avatar of Vengeance don't make no sense against other dwarves. Man, Goldtooth was doing something in this campaign. It's impressive. I'm surprised.
It shall be.
That would be funny. Getting alliance with the Oracles of Zinch. It's enough to end up on Reddit, right? Karaz-a-Karak and Oracles of Zinch working together against the world. Papa Togim and his pet blue chicken.
Our fates are entwined. Do not mistake this for alliance.
That would be funny. Should just do something some stupid shit in this campaign, considering how long it's gonna be. Cause enough money, everything is possible. As long as they're not humans or elves, of course. We have to fight those.
If you say so, Beardling.
Clan Rictus is almost dead. Looks like they only have Utrne here.
Ready? What do you want?
Bad idea.
My anger burns bright.
% speed, it's a very good trait.
I do.
Oh nice, look at that. Get replenished.
Armed and ready.
Slakiel, rank 22. We need veteran battle skills and a Wardbreaker.
Master of
Honored by Grimner is best right now because they have all these rank 7 Ironbreakers.
Runes are ready.
Donan. At least no high elves here.
Come, men.
I could destroy this guy. I really have to destroy this guy. I'm worried that this area might be... I mean, they put distance on the water. Even if we control this area, doesn't mean the high elves will see us anytime soon.
Armed and ready.
Bretonnians are sending military as well.
To die in battle.
I'm gonna get Iron Drakes and one Turnglber recruit.
By the king's command.
You ought to really get the technology that lowers the construction time by 2 turns. Is actually way better in Warhammer 3 than previous Warhammers, because the buildings takes longer to build these days. Getting money up first.
Yes.
We cleared all the Cedar armies here.
Aye, I suppose so.
We'll get back our mine here.
Let us begin. Aye. For the wisdom of the... Time for a reckoning.
Doesn't really matter what we get here. Imminent rebellion here when you're trying to recruit an army. I'll be fine. Okay, this is still the first turn today. Siege. Treasury is not looking great. Should just invest into money right now.
Time for a reckoning. Time for a reckoning.
There is more money available. Preferably not a war zone. This is the Iron Drake's one turn lower in global recruitment. More money. It's gonna be 3 buildings next turns, I guess, lower construction costs. Arahin is looking good. Might not actually got through. Mordheim is a war zone. Pit is a war zone, but might as well get industry going. Big Mountain might hold. It's a war zone. Man, our treasure is disappearing. You know, we don't have enough when it's turn 129 and we can't seem to get the money up. And we just need more and more. Emergencies have been extremely costly.
If you say so,
Like,
Beardling.
at this point, a lot of money in the treasury would be like 200,000. And even that can be spent in like 7 turns. We're not trying even to build everything, we're just min-maxing what's needed. If we'd build everything, we never had enough.
I grow restless.
Cause look at this. $24,000 shekels with building reduction cost. For what? This faction is not tier 5. Get a global recruitment ranks for runesmith and 2 for the engineer. This is useless, but at least this does global recruitment. There is nothing. At least if this had tier 5 with a proper garrison, if this had a tier 5 and this had a tier 5, this would be maybe a realistic. This building had a tier 5, this building had a tier 5, and this building had a tier 5. You can get even more economy in tier 5. 24,000. Looks like half the Warhammer 3 lifetime so far we've been complaining about the uselessness of tier 5. This is a tier 4 faction. Same way the Vampire counts a tier 3 faction. They should just keep it in tier 4 and be done with it, or unless they want to add more tiers to these buildings, so it actually makes sense for tier 5 to exist. And also kept the growth at max population turned into a bonus income, if the growth is at capacity. % clay bones. It's still stupid expensive even without that. Oh, they went with the wrong army there. They're not dead, and our guy lost over half the health. What a waste of time. What a waste of action. We should have killed them all instead. Let's kill this King Oracle. Now the last defenders are coming. Because the Clan Morris got defeated. The Clan Rictus and Clan Morris are nearly done. But what we really need to do, we need to destroy the Outer Loren. Oh, nice. I was worried they would not come here. We're disbanding everything anyways, doesn't matter what we take, our losses there. Got our revenge. Almost looks like Karl and Gelt are fighting. And they didn't occupy that, just taking massive casualties instead. Torak is a pillar of fog of war. That might be ugly. He just blocked our replenishment. So Kemler is expanding into us through two enemy factions. I expect more race dead here. This is some of the last military from Gorst. At least the self-sufficient kind. Outer Loren is a skiven battleground right now, but the elves have enough infrastructure to spam high tier armies, which is surprisingly impressive. It takes them 130 turns, but they can do it. There's still hope for this game. Or just keep the fire at will here. They do have a shit ton of flanking stuff. They might just wait for their reinforcements.
Fire on the edge!
The main target always for the Brimstone Gun in a Vampire army are the Blood Knights, because they're the hardest to kill. Their guys need more micro. Hopefully the Vargas ignore them while we deploy an army. They're not attacking us, so we're gonna have a massive formation. This feels unnatural, having armies like this without Giant Slayers. If any army should have Giant Slayers, it's this one, but we haven't gotten any Giant Slayers in a long time. Vargas is a very good target, but we need to micro them.
Move! Yes, yes!
The AI tends to just wait for the reinforcements in situations like this. We are faster, so sometimes they ignore engaging because of that. But if we get harassed enough and there's nothing else, they'll engage. It's not worth shooting the same unit, half the munition gets wasted on the same entity. these Vargas are diminished enough. There are Blood Knights there.
Shoot the wizards!
Blood Knights are regenerated malice, so we need to get those. Vargas lost half health. Artillery can totally destroy Vargas.
We demand blood! Yes, Lord! Anu!
The garrison not in very good shape.
It is a reckoning! Keep on! Moving out! Aye, as you command! Rage far, rage fast! Nothing can stop us!
Okay, Vargas are actually suiciding. These cannons have very high rate of fire. Projectiles nearly 500 damage. AP pure.
Artillery ready!
Oh yeah, those Vargas are gonna disappear.
Move now! Shield bearer!
We can clear it, but they're charging.
Plow through! Strike out! Nothing can stop us! Go!
Their charge can kill 2 Jaros in contact, but we should be faster.
Charge! Move!
Everyone disappears to artillery.
This is a reckoning! Nothing can
They're locked in a charge speed, so they're not letting go.
fast! Charge!
And we are fast enough for this not to happen. They're just basically exploiting our speed.
Anu! Move!
This is why we need micro dealing with flying units.
Move now! Go! Block out!
Because the charge speed will sync to the unit movement speed.
Dive bomb! Plow through! Tag them down! Nothing can stop us! For the High King! Fire and the foe! Darrow Captain! Move! It is a reckoning!
Argos are excellent target for the cannons. 3 horrors will get killed by the crossbows.
King Thorgrim Bridgebear! Come on! Yes! We demand blood! Iron Dregs! Pick your target well! I'll do it! Stop! All dead I'll get 'em! We stay put! Thunderers! Master Engineer! Hammerish! Hazard! Cannon! Vengeance! It is an order! Attack! Aye! Be it ready! Plow through! Vengeance! Take 'em down! Darrow!
And it looks like the Vargas have identical attack animation on the Mutant Red Ogre. Might be exactly the same. It's a very disruptive kind of attack. Those cannons just constantly firing. It's a beautiful sound.
Get there! Show us that target, Lord!
I can fire this high, huh? This is the highest I can fire. It'll hit him.
Darrow Captain!
started.
War and vengeance! Let me get my tools! Understood! Vengeance! Commoners! Strike out!
Yeah, useless their infantry is. They never do anything really. That's why the Kaiser's army should be everything but the infantry. We can handle million infantry with armies like this.
Get them!
Just because the engineer. The problem are the large units, because they cause the biggest mess. Graveyard, skeleton, zombies, it's all the same shit. Out of sync with the rest of the army and too slow. Same shit happens with the Arcane if you guys have been watching that campaign. Chosen next to useless because the rest of the army is way more powerful. But they exist there if we get attacked by 2 armies from Fog of War, right? So we gotta have that. Yeah, brimstone guns are extremely important for harassment. They go really well with the dwarf way of fighting. That's literally what dwarves don't have in their army. Mobile harassment. Harassment makes the enemy go into bad position and they just get punished. Like if they're just spoon feeding us units to the artillery, the battles are extremely easy. And the brimstone guns do that. Oh, we got our banner back. Ungrim has got an additional 5 defense because he won a lot of battles, defensive battles. This is a rare one to see, but in a long campaigns you usually get it. Ungrim is also now waits through gore. It's the gore ranged. That's the bloody tier 3. And the game didn't break. Remember, it's fixed. Need money. I'm gonna Ungrim is 7500 health, 102 attack, 102 defense. He's seen some shit. Clan Rictus trade is missing on him. He's missing Trech and Wurzak to be really good. Turn 130. It's been about 27 turns of Ultimate Crisis. We got 61 settlements. We almost regained most of the lost territories. +2 from the last turn. Income is at 49,000. Nice. Got 20% income in a few turns. And these guys have went around. That is not good. We don't have settlement range. Yeah, that's why we should have not went south. They're gonna fuck up this area now. Nothing we can do about it. We'll fight them with Karaz-a-Karak again.
Vengeful Rune Lord. Bow to me.
Storm Dragon.
We're not at war with 6 factions. 2 are Chaos Dwarves, 1 is Chaos, Warriors of Chaos, 1 is Skaven, 1 is Tomb Kings, and 1 are Rogue Pirates.
What?
We are rank 4 right now. We are at war with 58 factions. Out of like 70.
answer to clan and hold.
What's going on here? The Rogue Pirates also not real factions, they are like third party. They don't work like other factions in the game. Still have trade with Karib. Wow. Wow. Wow.
This action does not have my consent.
We have really done in this campaign, boys.
The nation calls.
Gelt and Karl are still fighting.
Vengeance!
I must fulfill my Slayer oath. I am the Slayer King. To war.
Couple technologies left. This one is actually useful. Best construction core building.
The Slayer
Core
in
building
me
is the this. So from 6 turns to 4 turns.
What? There will be blood. I grow restless.
The throng is mustered.
Ready.
Hungary is rank 49. This one doesn't do anything, it's like really bad as well. The guy has 112 attack and has 15 here. I guess dueling Archaeon does something. That feels like rather extreme. And pointless cause he has 45 anti-large. It really does nothing, this one. It really does nothing. Because he turns on the red ruin when he's duels, so it makes it even worse. This one is not attack. He is currently... The enemy has to have literally 60 or more defense for this one to do something. And it's not a large target. 60 defense or more without a large target for this to do anything. I'm not gonna waste the point there. I'm still gonna keep potential for a Slayer army. Yeah, he has picked trash skills here, so we lost 2 skill points. This is for the Slayers if we get a Slayer army.
My king acts.
Okay. Time to retake these territories and start fighting Lizardmen now.
My axe thirsts for what?
And they got a shit lord here. These are some of the worst lords in the game.
One rag.
Gal is not available currently. We got Sergeant Pepper available.
Summon me if you dare.
What are 4
Let us
tariffs?
begin.
What are 4 tariffs with the 11550 trade, huh?
One rug.
Yeah, it's just 5% more tariffs. But it looks like it... what do you call it when it doesn't increase the base, but increases the sum of all? So let's say 200 is base, and you have plus 50% from 10 sources, puts it 300. But what if this 200 goes to 300, and then the 5% is no longer 2, but 3? So the sum gets increased by the percentage each time, and not the base. It's additive versus multiplicative, huh? So in this case it's multiplicative, which is strange, because usually the bonuses are additive, like the settlement bonus. But trade tariffs are multiplicative. They're so low it doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah, the one trade agreement is nice. 10k in 10 turns. Give me one of each followers for posterity, Kappa. See, let's see the list of all of it. We have so many characters that we're actually making money every turn with just followers. Salvaging followers.
It is time.
Yes, rarely you can find runes after battle. It's rare, but that's the only way to get more runes.
Yes. Summon me if you dare. Move. No, I will not shame my
There's a real army here, huh?
For the wisdom of Valea. Not likely.
Kinda strange this guy's raised instead of occupying this. It could have been a plunge this turn. I don't like this, so we're taking bad casualties. That's the fog war delivering.
I think not. What orders? They will die by my axe.
By the king's command.
Goddamn, haha. So they were right somewhere here in the fog of war when we cleared the Tomb Kings. They had enough movement to attack us. Without the engineer. That's the only way we get surprised.
I'll cast the rune.
We got 4 Iron Drakes in artillery, so they should be fine. They have a lot of artillery as well. The shit's gonna be bloody. Might be bloody. Problem is our units are diminished, so we might lose some units and have to switch to some other stuff. Our artillery is not the right one for this type of fighting. Cannons are the best. We have to deal with counter-artillery. We need cannons. Cannons is the only way. Dealing with the scanner dwarves, cannons dominate. Organ guns can be fine, but if the enemy has extra cannons, then it's gonna be the same shit.
By the Layer's will. Die for Dwarf warriors.
At least this battlefield has a good setup here.
They are traitors to the clan. Satisfy the grudge.
The enemy has 1 cannon on the right side and thunderers, so the brimstone gun's gonna get probably deleted. We will try anyways. The Iron Drakes are really huge in fights like this, if we clear everything else. But the Organ guns melt their infantry if we clear their artillery.
Kill the oath splitters.
War of vengeance.
They have technologies, they have 10 missile resistance, they have runesmithing.
Stop firing!
Yeah, they're turning their guns immediately.
Fire on the foe! On the way! Move up! Charge! Preparing bombing run!
Hard to harass these type of units, but they're crowded.
Range fast! Go! Move now! Plow through! Nothing can stop us! Charge! Strike
Nice, we got 1 cannon down.
Move!
Cannon is the only thing that can trouble us here.
Go!
Long range, no problem otherwise.
Plow through! Move now! Range far! Range fast! To the wizards! Nothing can stop us! Move! Up we go! Move now! Strike out!
Oh, this is trouble now.
Take her down! Charge!
2 cannons down.
Go!
I'll take it.
Right! Down!
They brought one of the gyros down.
Plow through!
Repilot.
Charge! Give me vengeance for the High King! Moving out!
You used to have an amazing advantage over the AI in battles like this, when the engineers used to buff range. But this doesn't work like that anymore. So these battles are... the AI does really well in battles like this, especially if they're Skaven.
Off we go! Got on the way! Iron breakers! It is a reckoning! Yes! Plow through! Range far, range fast! Off we go! Strike out!
They are sending their artillery on our gyros. Unintentional cheese there. There's just bad AI in that regard.
For the ancestors!
Move off! Hook those dwarf legs!
That is really bad AI.
Gyrocopter! Runes of
Using flame guns, Philadelphia, it's not right. Tell me about it, man. Goddamn, haha, it's his fault. Organ guns on dwarves, that's unethical. As dwarves are really weak to organ guns. This is mostly infantry. And they're trying to dodge the organ guns. They can't evade organ guns. The projectile too fast. So they're dancing left and right, getting shredded by the organ guns.
Bleed them and blood! Fly! Karaz-a-Karak!
It's turned out to be quite a difficult battle to start, but they broke. They're dancing to the artillery while their artillery is focusing on our gyros.
For the High King!
The way this is going, it's gonna trigger army losses.
Armed and ready!
You should not try to dance to organ guns. It's impossible to dodge organ guns. That's just bad AI. You can dodge garage throwers. You might even dodge the flame cannons, but you cannot dodge organ guns. This is just really bad. Really, really bad.
Obey me! Ready! I am ready! Yes, Lord! Make fast!
To the forge! Off we go!
Kill them! Now we're ready!
Yes!
Through the Ricky! Quickly now! Tazu! I am strong! Locked and
Goddamn Terrahome torpedoes are rocking this shit.
Quarrelers! Rocket on his well! Kill anything without a beard!
Kill everything without a beard. Goddamn, haha!
Let's start shooting! Charge! It is a reckoning! It'll get done! Leave them in sway!
When one brimstone gun outmaneuvers a dwarf army with 5 artillery units. That is... I don't know what that is. That's just fucked up. Only took one brimstone gun to break the AI in this battle. But what are we supposed to do with the brimstone gun? Not use it against the artillery? We gotta try to destroy the cannons.
Ancestor God!
Invaluable unit in the dwarf army, the brimstone gun.
Dwarf warriors! Iron will!
Move to attack!
They can't move against the runes with 13 speed.
What? For the king?
I forgot to play my thunders, nobody saw that.
Runes Rune Lord! All right! Battle ready!
They got the gyros finally out.
Unbending! Holy ancestors! The clans unite! Iron Thread! Give me vengeance! For our ancestors!
I got the ridiculous leadership because of the crisis, so they're still fighting.
Ricky! Pursue! Vengeance! I am strong! Runes of smiting upon them! Armed and ready! For the High King! For the Karaz-a-Karak! Move! Move now!
Trollhammer torpedo is a pretty good as an option.
Range fire!
In a way, it's better than most artillery, but against who?
Come on!
In every battle, Brimstone gun can outperform it due to its maneuverability. It's more of 5-hour no maneuverability to a Brimstone gun.
Strike
If you're dealing with factions that have a lot of flyers, it's better. If you're dealing with factions that might not have a lot of flyers, Brimstone gun is always better.
Nothing can stop us!
Nothing wrong with it, but it's just what you're gonna prefer. I personally think Brimstone gun is always gonna be better. And after that, the Thunderers are better than it as well. Brimstone gun, Thunderers, Trollhammer torpedo. If Trollhammer torpedo had a little bit more range, then I might have put it on the second spot.
Gyrocopter!
Has incredible damage and it's tough,
To the
but the
wizard!
Brimstone gun and Thunderers is just better.
Go! Strike out!
In my opinion.
Charge! Range fire! Range fast! Honored! As you command!
If the enemy is spamming large units, then it's a really bad unit. You should use Slayers instead.
Strike out!
Unless you're auto-resolving.
Move!
Giant Slayers are gonna be your best answer to spam on large units.
Move now! Run! Charge! Pick your targets well!
You don't want to have too much range against units, factions that have a lot of large. Just a single unit of Thunderers is more than enough. Just pin with the Slayers, shoot with Thunderers. Pin, shoot, pin, shoot, pin, shoot, and they're all dead.
Got!
If you have enough Slayers for the entire army, they will consider it a high threat and might not even land properly. They will not consider the shoot as a high threat,
Nothing can stop us!
and they'll just cause chaos. One Thunderer or two, it's all you need against a large, with like 3-4 Slayers.
Trucks
If
away!
they have like 6-8 large units.
Range fire! Range fast!
So for manual battles, Giant Slayers are the best. For auto-resolve, Iron Rakes.
Go! Fire on the foe! Blow through! Get him! Move it out! To the wizards! Move now! Pick your targets well! Nothing can stop us! Get moving!
You can always deploy formation where the Iron Drakes get extreme usefulness. It's an option, but doesn't make them anything special, really. That's just really tough mobile shooters. If you had to deal with like a shit ton of beastmen and the Skaven ambushes, Iron Drakes would beat artillery or the brimstone guns.
For a reckoning.
That was a slaughter. Entire army gets 3 AP.
Grugny, this'll better be good.
Lord of Clan Morgan.
Vengeance!
The throng is mustered.
There's an army here of 14 units.
You what? Vengeful Rune Lord!
The chances it's any good.
I'm a Rune Lord, not some smith!
They will not have this in range without engineer. I'll take my chances.
I'm ready. I'll cast the runes. Rune Ricky!
There's no guarantee they have movement, but they should have it.
I have no time for this.
It's very awkward, they send everything, but we have enough to kill them all. Even with losing units.
My anger burns bright.
Mentors everywhere. At least this campaign will experience mentors everywhere. It's a rare sight. This is a really strong army for manual battles, but also incredible for auto-resolve. So I like ideal. Got options.
I answer to clan and hold. The clan honor. Punish the grudge makers.
Stop that!
This is bizarre they didn't occupy this, they could have just replenished already.
Send me to vengeance. Bring them!
Yeah, the Emperor campaign is low victory plus Oki.
Cannon!
Long victory plus, yeah. Marconos added 50 more turns, yes he did.
For a vengeance! For the ancestors! For the Karaz-a-Karak!
Sometimes you can't really tell if the cannons will have a good line of fire. In that case, you can always zoom into the ground and just see close. But battlefield like this, it's really ideal for cannons to shoot. And these are stacked cannons. We'll also just min-max the buff with the engineer, make them really accurate, like this. Since most of their army can get obliterated by our artillery. Now the engineer will provide the prospector spikeless buff and a calibration.
Cannon! I'm guild approved!
In this case, you don't really want to give targets; you just leave fire at will.
Cannon! By the gears of Zuffa! For the ancestor gods! Gyrocopter! We are relentless! Aye, lad, I'll do it! Karaz-a-Karak, ha! Iron breakers!
Go! Nothing can stop us!
Yes, Slade! Move! Gyrocopter! We demand blood! There's nothing I can't fix.
Gotta bring some guns so they can focus the Wargulls.
Gyrocopter! Stop firing! Take him down! Go! Get him!
Behind seems the best here.
Gyrocopter! Yes, laddie! Plow through! Thunderers! Charge! Striker! Take him down! Move now! Strike out! Range far! Range fast! Pick your targets well!
Runes of spellbreaking!
Thunderers! Iron breakers! Right-o! Yes, yes!
The runes are cast!
Gyrocopter! Iron breakers! Understood, Lord!
One of the Iron Breakers got hit by a cannonball. Was the result for the prediction? Was it not Pyrrhic? I think it was not Pyrrhic, right? We did the emote almost looks like a character from Dragon Ball. Is Ungrim still soloing? He's soloing where he can. Yeah, he got wounded again, but he's doing well solo. Mutant Red Ogres do really good single target animations in crowd. Kind of like Wargulls.
Throw bears!
Oh god.
Let's march! It's as good as done.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this army. I'm not sending High King there again. Is this the end of Clan Rictus? How the hell this guy survived?
No, Gracie, never wrong. Plan scheme is discordant.
My anger burns bright.
We can start pushing east. Look at that. It's probably not worth it. We keep one army holding the Southern Village Mountains and clear the south first. We have nobody currently fighting in the south. That should be Torgrim role. Get to fight some lizardmen.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts.
You mean Ironwood's hammer thirst? Grim's axe is crap.
If you say so, Beardling.
I say so.
Lord of Clan Morgrim. Master of Runecraft. Vengeful Runelord.
There might be a fog of war here, but we repelled a lot.
Armed and ready.
I'd wither first.
For the king!
This is a very good army.
Greasus only listens to Greasus. Dumb Gribben!
we get from Greece again? 10% trade buff and 20% income from local buildings. This is actually not bad, 10% trade buff. Like a real dwarf campaign where you don't have this kind of house rule, get 10 of this, it's significant. With enough of this, you can actually break the trade tariffs multiplier or whatever this is called, multiplication. I think in theory it's possible. Let's do this campaign if we can do it. If we see Greasus will replace the Lord and get somebody else to get a trade. I think in theory it's possible to break this with Greasus in a long campaign. Just because the CA does it wrong how this works. Seems like the whole trade system is off. Everything about this is fucked, and it's like a second look. But who cares? You just sign trade agreement, you get money. Who cares how it works, right?
Yes.
And this campaign is gonna be very long. We're not going east. This area is one of the most ridiculous part of the map. See this area here? This area is insanity. You ever played a long campaign in Mortal Empires? This area here. Insane. This amount of territories here. It's larger than most other Total War campaigns they've ever made. And the fact we have to fight everybody, we could be here for weeks. We just need to get more money and try to get more militaries around. I'm not talking about Darklands, I'm talking about area between these mountains and these mountains. Between these mountains and Gran Catea, this is such a massive area. Doesn't even look like it, but try moving just 2 or 3 armies. It's really impossible to cover this.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
It's a world in itself.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Oh, look at this, our Unbreakers get stacked.
Master of Runecraft.
It is, Kenobi, it is. We're gonna have to abandon the walls for the moment. I don't like it, but it is what it is. And since we're doing it, we might as well focus more first.
I'll get on it. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Aye.
This could be good to block. They might just sack that one.
By Grugny, this had better be good. One rag. Guild secrets will be used.
They will also get out of the forest.
No.
What's your orders?
How could I?
So far we didn't have to fight really any of their armies, I think. But eventually we'll have to.
By the king's command.
The only battles we have to fight is with Torgrim, that's a house rule. Everything else depends how convenient it is. Between the losses and time. And replenishment available. If we are under pressure, we have to fight. If we're not under pressure, we auto-resolve.
To die in battle.
The throng is mustered. Forwards.
Die, scum!
Oh, we just killed that engineer, nice. Oki delivers. Oh, that's Firefox. That was Oki. Game is increasing again. It almost looks like we might get an army going.
also.
No, blame you.
Heading out.
They're not gonna approach with the Iron Rigs around. Any masons?
I'm ready.
It's fine.
I hope. I do. Got.
Let us begin.
This guy's not in range. I guess he doesn't care.
The axe thirsts for war. One rag. Ready. Summon me if you dare.
Short break here, boys. We're back, boys. Is there a real reason why Belgrade is so ridiculously tanky, or is just in-game stuff? It's just the Dwarf Lord. Dwarf Lords are fighting like that, and Belgrade being a legendary Dwarf Lord, which means he's using a shield and a great weapon, makes him just incredibly tanky. As the Dwarf Lords have access to some of the best equipment in the world. Yeah, the balance of power is broken here. I feel like it's debatable who has stronger equipment in the lore between the dwarves and the elves. But the elves, you know, since they're also immortal race, they have access to some incredible stuff. I think over time the dwarves have lost knowledge of their most powerful stuff. So the elves might be slightly ahead, lore-wise. Like, for example, they don't know how to create a new Galmaraz. Lord War's pretty much impaired. Yeah, I'd like to think so as well, but as the game progresses, I think dwarves got in a way worse position than the elves. They lost knowledge of a lot of things, and they haven't really advanced at all. Well, the elves still have access to powerful magic, dragons, and more knowledge. I think the elves were just better at saving the knowledge, since they are immortal. Just at least what it seems, how it seems to me.
Strike out! Nothing can stop us! Halt! Kill them! That'll do!
I really hope in the future they disable this unbinding thing for the summoned units in campaign. I really don't like it.
Ready to strike! I, Grimnir, I order thee! Attack!
can't believe this thing survived.
We have scores to settle!
Hey there, bro. People talking about you there, bro, while not here. Is it true you said you're gonna, to Marconis, you're gonna end this campaign while he's not here? Or did somebody said that, I got something wrong out of it?
Vengeance!
You never said that? Yeah, why would you end the dwarf campaign?
To attack!
I would wait for Marconis to be here so I can mess with him if I was going to do it. You wouldn't do it in the middle of the night while he was sleeping, right?
Karaz-a-Karak!
Lizardman campaigns. More like skin campaigns.
The clans unite!
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Is there anything more disappointing underwhelming in this game than slants? Thanks, Madlab. One of the most disappointing thing in this game for me are slants.
War of vengeance! Go! Off we go! Most of the throng! Shield bearers, ho! Yes! Get moving! Aye!
I said one of Armitage. I think the slants are still a bit more disappointing than Night Goblins.
Throw! Range far, range fast! Moving out! We will have vengeance! Move!
I think Orc Warboss is almost average. All the slants are not even close.
We are relentless! Ah! Move now!
Norscan Lords and Norscan Lords are pretty trash.
For the
Very disappointing. I still find the slants more disappointing. But Norscan Warlords are probably there in top 5.
It is a reckoning!
Don't know why I'm regenerating. What's the best thing about the game? It's easy. It's the Emperor Calf. I mean, Karaz-a-Karak. I mean, I don't know. Order time. Boars.
Kazook! Range far, range fast! We have scores to settle! Go! Lord! For the ancestors!
Making it sound like every battle is at least Epi 90. It's not even half the battles. This is basically just splitting the military using the resources efficiently. It's not even 1/3 of our military. You just think it's the most of it just because these things actually have to fight manual battles and not just click. It's not even 1/3.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Oh boy, 3 Dreadsaurians.
Yes.
3 Dreadsaurians.
Maragut.
Let's get rid of the emergency here, nothing you can do anymore here. We could make him help Torgrim, so Torgrim doesn't use all the movement though.
Let us be about this. Beards in belts.
It's still useful.
Aye, grudges will be settled.
For clan honor. It is agreed. The throng is mustered.
Almost killed a skew in the area.
Armed and ready.
An accord bound by runic law. Move. Beards in belts. What?
This area is still bugged. The city's under the terrain. I haven't fixed it since release. It's been like a year. Usually they're pretty good at fixing stuff like this.
Armed and ready.
The plan for tonight is we're playing this until 4 in the morning and then switching to Diablo 4 until I pass out.
The runes are ready. I have the forge fires glowing.
Would prevent replenishment when it comes to
Wise
that.
direction.
This place could use an emergency garrison if we want to keep it.
Summon me if you dare.
It's currently graveyard shift, but most of Diablo 4 will be in a zombie mode. Chat is pretty much dead during these hours, and especially during those other games, so it's literally zombie mode. Soon this will be one turn. This will help clear the elves if they attack the city. We can't go into the forest, and we can't just stay here. There's other things to do here. We're just missing a little bit here.
I grow restless.
What orders? So be it. One rag.
My axe thirsts thirsts for war.
I think this faction's dead here. Another one bites the dust.
I'll cast the runes.
We'll be destroying one faction at a time where we can. We're dealing with a lot at the same time. What's this? We actually have control of the Desolation of Asgore.
I'm the one in charge.
What is this Asgore supposed to mean? There's a zone called Desolation of Asgore and the Legion of Asgore. What is Asgore? Let's get the construction of the capital's core building faster. Money has been improving, but still not there yet for military.
I'm ready, master of runecraft. I do.
Got Eastern Badlands, might not hold the war zone right now, not touch it better. Castle Tempelhof could be improved.
Let us begin. Summon me if you... One rag.
Goldenhof is here. Somewhat safe right now, but the scaling can strike at any point. The next campaign capital is gonna get attacked by the Lustrian pirates. Don't have anything better to do than invade the old world. Battle zone, war zone, war zone. This one can actually go tier 3. Is it worth it? If we have a Grungi, why not?
Time for a reckoning.
We'll drop this for Iron Mine and Industry.
The axe.
And then if it gets ignored for 10 plus turns, we'll make money out of it. This is a war zone, ignore it. Asgore is the giant volcano there. Uh-huh. Another turn complete. We're starting to make noticeable progress, but it's just at war with nearly everybody, so it's slow. Turns are long. That's pretty much it is. Turns are long, but it's a lot of progress.
Master of runecraft. What orders? Lord of Clan Morgrim. My anger burns bright. Vengeful Rune Lord.
Ready?
This is currently a campaign guy, huh?
It shall be done.
By the king's command.
By the king's command.
Long is muster.
Characters for days. Ortains could go into the army as well. Somehow this guy never got a supervisor. He's been doing constant action. Mentor's sword is not better than the Gatekeeper's hammer. Kinda bizarre the limit allowed these runes to 3, but you can create 20 hammers. Try that one again with the benefit of doubt, but it's crap, I think. Why is there so many artillery runes, but no runes for gyros or missile infantry? It's a very annoying one. Actually, let's take this one with the hammer. You can have 3 slow effects. You have yeah, 3 slow effects. You can apply a rune of slowness on top of that, flash bomb, and even another rune of slowness, make the units move at under 1 speed. Soul Companion, we haven't covered the rune of bell.
Send me to vengeance.
This is kinda extreme for the hammers.
What do you want? It's as good as done.
Okay, look at the money, how it disappeared. Can't seem to get it up again. The construction costs. Unrealistic construction costs. But income is increasing every turn.
Bad idea.
If you say so, Beardley. The High King acts.
This might be very good on the cannon.
I do.
It's for the artillery, but it's kind of bugging put anywhere. This is a one guide, I guess the Stalos will make sense. Asgard is a volcano. I don't know, okay, it's weird. That's unfortunate. They had extra troops here. Can't be a bomb breaker with this. It's actually brute horror, it's worse. We'll just send the army north. Makes no sense that the progressive garrisons and the late game options do not provide a unit of slayers in every city. There should be at least a unit of slayers in minor settlements and a unit of giant slayers in tier 4 plus infrastructure. It's bizarre this is not provided. It's a huge imbalance to the garrisons. The fact that options do not exist for expensive garrisons with high tier units, it's even more bizarre. Not much about a sandbox shit with arbitrary setups.
It is an order. Move now. Shall we halt? Axes out! Move! Attack!
Ungrim has Gord ranged. But it's called Waits through Gore for some reason they rename it. Post victory, we used too much ammunition and too much regeneration. And of course, we spend a lot of Winds of Magic. We already have tier 3. Tier 3 Bloody. Eighty factions left in the world, 81 now. It's not that many factions, really. Three vampire factions. Archeon does have military. There are 7 Wars of Chaos factions. They're the flavor currently in the game, the main flavor. They're going crazy out of the forest the moment the army left the area. We might not actually be able to defend Karaz-a-Karak with this. We need Iron Drake, so one turn global recruitment. One Ferik, aka what the Battleground Looters. Battlefield Looters scavenging the dead.
Ha! Ekwazok!
There, Chaos Dwarf battleship. I don't know where the fuck these guys come from. Maybe they spawn all over the world.
No.
Time for a reckoning.
Should have added the miners, and we might be able to save the city now.
The axe thirsts for war.
Aye, it is time.
It's almost this lower style campaign. Now we are at war with all humans and elves, and everybody else hates us. We are not at war with 6 factions. Turn 131, income is over. It's nearly 51,000. I don't like this, but what can you do about it?
Arcane winds under control.
Maybe Haha can deliver a harassment here, so we can actually they actually back off.
Not possible.
For clan honor.
It's okay. Haha, not entirely useless.
Yes.
An affront to Orion.
Have a little bit of replenishment everywhere. They're spamming a lot of military, so they notice that nobody's here, so they're just gonna send everything out. We're literally eating their armies every 2 turns with Shivis are being there. I decided to send Shivis to destroy Morgor.
Vengeful Rune Lord. Casting the runes. Getting out of here.
You summoned me.
Might lose Karaz-a-Karak because of this, and they're gonna go back into the Border Princess, and we have nobody here. That is unfortunate.
My anger burns bright.
This is just gonna literally reset here. This is why we need an army here, just to constantly FK here. That's the blood ground from the Beastman. We need more here, but we don't have more. Don't have enough.
It is agreed. So be it.
Should just stayed here. Now the whole hell will break loose here. They can set 4 armies in every direction. They haven't completed the ritual, so it's a blood ground, but it's the ritual has not been completed.
Aye.
What do we do about this? I don't know.
It is time.
Yes?
Agreed. I've cast the runes.
Army is not strong enough to destroy this, but the aerial could blow up the city again.
Master of runecraft.
Should just send Elteron here to guard this area. This is an auto-resolve army, ideal for that. This area is unrealistic to cover anymore. 64 settlements.
Run, Ricky.
We'll just create a warpath into the vaults. Because as long as the Wood Elves are here, we have to have an army here. We're otherwise gonna spread all around here with their military. We need this place with 3 farm buildings, so we just auto-resolve whatever comes out of the forest. So we have enough to go into the forest. We couldn't get into the forest so far because there is multiple Skaven armies just waiting on this area here. They're fighting each other, so we move in here, they move in on us, and we just lose armies to destroy what 2 cities.
Vengeful Rune Lord. By the Damas.
This army unfortunately does not have a siege attacker.
For the king.
But I think Elteron will be great to defend the vaults against the Wood Elves when they get out of the forest. They have a couple tier 5 cities here, and they're just constantly recruiting their top stuff at the moment.
The throng is mustered. Forwards!
Just make sure we wound Ariel every time so she doesn't destroy any buildings.
Not like
Which means this is kinda useless right now.
time for a reckoning.
Waste of time.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
I grow restless.
Attack!
Okay. The grinder continues. I don't think we can progress on this side of the map until the Athalorn destroyed. This is like, I feel like we can't send another army from the other side, then the other side's gonna get overrun. Unless we just lose everything north of Mount Shackles and just bottleneck them there. Being in the middle of shit is a very just grinding constantly, repelling them. Eventually we'll destroy enough factions that the rest of them will back off. We need like 60k income at that point to get this more military going. Because all those territories require money to make money. Another region.
Nothing can stop us! That'll do! Kazu! Catherine will march!
Is this like a world conquest? It's not world conquest, but people are making it. It's just like whatever people making it to happen. We're at war with nearly everybody, and we're in a constant grind right now with a little progress. But it feels like it's going to be a world conquest war against everybody. We're only not at war with like 20 factions in the world. Currently 6. You mean ultimate victory, Merconus, in this campaign? That is gonna be the most extreme thing yet.
For the ancestors!
Save corruption. Disco, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, why do you have to even say such things? You know how much hours I put in this campaign? For this to save corrupt, I would stay away from Warhammer 3 for a while. That would just be soul crushing. Save corrupt on long campaigns like this and the dwarves. I have such things. Will be another round of Fall of New Vegas. My last Fall of New Vegas on save corrupted.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
10 regions to the Dwarf Grinder. I mean, it's not like we play only dwarves, we have Boris campaign as well. People can switch to Boris campaign.
Yes.
The axe thirsts for war.
Ill considered.
Let us begin.
We have so many items, the items are no longer sorted right. Half the time. Elite nothing personal, but I will save 500k to remove 50 turns if Marconis requests wars. These treasures have ruined several campaigns of enjoyment. We're going to see on Twitch. That shit is old. We're no longer doing turns within regions now. So I didn't move here because Thorin was in range, but I totally ignored this other guy.
Vengeful Runelord!
This is good. That might be dead now. Another one bites the dust.
By the King's command, target these oath splitters.
It's a regular army, nothing to worry about.
My anger burns bright.
We can defend this area here, but we should not try to let them in there. I don't like the idea of them sending everything here. This army is pretty powerful.
I'll cast the runes. Lord of Clan Morgan. Retake the realms. For the wisdom of Valea. Matic Mar. Very well. Forwards! Summon me if you dare.
Retreating, huh?
Mark yourself.
Now we get attacked by two armies, but we're on underway.
Ready. Shoulder axes, lads. We move.
We'll go for the Lone Lord as well, so we keep him there.
Do you take me for
Took
a
only just
wizard?
one turn to replenish all this.
The throng is mustered. Using guild routes. Chag!
Don't think so. It's as good as done. Forwards.
This means they can reach our city.
Master of runecraft.
Since we need the oh yeah. And this is army went live, so this is a new army.
I have no time for this.
So they were literally positioned themselves to attack this next turn with two armies from Fog of War. Because they see us, but we don't see them. Get punished by not having a vision, but they have no Fog of War.
My anger burns bright. No,
And even attacking this place would have been bad because they had two armies to attack us next turn. That would have been bad as well if we didn't make that move there. Would have been pretty much possibly the end of that army.
I do. Casting the runes. Heading out.
Somebody has to patrol this out.
And Morgrim.
No, blame you.
Place is okay, garrison. Let's have the captain move this guy around.
I'll get on it.
It is agreed. Using guild routes. I suppose so.
We destroy Clan Rictus. Clan Rictus is gone. And We need somebody to go to spy in this area.
Yes, laddie.
They could easily send 2 armies here, so Karak seems might go down if they really wanted to make it happen. But I want to clear this area. It's been way too long. We clear this area here, what's gonna happen? Karaz-a-Karak is gonna take all of it, so we're gonna be grinding them. But if they'll have no 3 armies, they have no chance. I'll still just continue the grinder.
Moving.
Oh, we're gonna get the treasury up. I can get another army, but then we're gonna lose everything we have. Not worth it. I guess the solution is to stop building. That's the solution. Unless it's just economy, stop building.
I'm ready. Master of Runecraft. Aye up.
This place is not gonna hold. It's probably gonna get attacked immediately. The treasure we had saved for Ultimate Crisis is almost gone, but we're taking almost all the territories back. But we don't have enough military to push in any direction. They're just crawling right now in every direction. Because the moment we start taking something here, the random factions appear to attack the vulnerable settlements. Because the garrisons are too weak. That's a problem because we have too many enemies. Only 56. We just have to keep grinding them and destroying the factions. Sooner or later, there's gonna be no factions left in the world, right? It might be December, but that's the game plan right now. Then we are farming in a hack and slash game, right?
The ancestors look upon you with scorn, traitor Dowie. What could you possibly offer us?
Daula kasa patsta threat rugima shuti watak.
Short fool.
Nemis and katsen ekus ankorta epetu.
I leave this in the hands of the people these days, Rare. Because there's too many factions, and if people want to see something longer, got shekels and gifted subs for that. Request tokens too. This is another Crisis army, so they have access to higher tier stuff. We're gonna lose this whole area because we have to go into vaults again. Hal had movement here. So it's pointless here. He did not occupy it. It's strange that actually this faction is still alive. The Chaos Dwarves have been doing such a good job against Greenskins. Saved us a lot of headaches. So basically, the Kemmler has been running through a minefield to reach the player. I understand the player focus of the Ultimate Crisis is up to the max, but they just fucked up, man. That is just fucked up. Running through a minefield just to reach the player. That's just another level of fucked up. He's moving through 3 enemy factions to reach the player, with no self-preservation regarding replenishment or what the enemy has in the area. 80 factions in the world. Money is at 52,000. Income has jumped quite a bit, but another wave of armies are coming.
No.
Yes.
A discordant song.
The Valhan is ended, but they still did, go all around. Yeah, we shouldn't have moved the Shit Wizard of this area, see what happens. Shit Wizard could have been destroying one army every turn here with full replenishing every time. The moment we wanted that area, this shit has unleashed, now they're gonna attack all these settlements here. They're totally ignoring the scare on this side, they're just going for the player. Plague is brewing in Lastria. Lizard Ward ult one. Oh boy, Kemmler might invite high elves to the old world. Clanation is out of control. I hate this. Nobody's bothering them in the east.
Daula kasa patsta thretrugi ma shuti watak. Nemis an katsen ekus ankorta epertu. Ises. Bow to me.
Kind of fast in this faction, is rank 17, but their military can't really compare. Well, they still have 4 high tier arms.
What do you want?
I want Morgul dead, even if we have to lose all these territories for a while.
Casting the runes. Vengeful Rune Lord. Come off.
I'm not sure we can go from here.
It shall be done.
Yours is not to question. The axe thirst.
I don't think we can repel the other one unless Kalidios blocks this army here.
Ready to do the guild's bidding.
It's gonna be 64% chance if we lose this or not. Gotta love it when it's down to RNG like that.
I'll make life difficult for orcs. Time for a reckoning. For the wisdom of Valea.
Summon me if you...
Plan B is try to get him away from the settlement.
Shoulder axes, lads. We move.
Summon me if you dare. I answer to clan and hall.
Valea's will
Aye, it
binds
is
me
time.
to you.
What orders?
Where's Ariel? We need to warn her. She can blow up cities.
A wise plan. All right.
To battle! Armed and ready. Setting off.
We need Eltron to garrison the vaults.
Vengeful Runelord.
We need artillery in this army.
Anad.
Why not go for Karak-Iser now?
I am the Slayer King.
That is forbidden.
I'm off.
This is, reminds me of a story I've read about the Seleucids. Where their whole empire is on fire and they had a guy or two that were actually doing everything in their power to just literally try to be everywhere at the same time to save the empire.
Ola Avmakas!
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Hey, Judge Yankee.
My God. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Kazook! It is an order!
When I played the Chaos Bane,
God.
I was hoping to create my character to
Holy shit.
look
What the hell?
to look like Ungrim. Shame that game didn't deliver. I played the Slayer in that one.
Ready to strike!